Hey guys, Grwm Library, and I'm here today kind of randomly with a get ready with me video. I was in the middle of getting ready and I was thinking about a video I had watched recently, and I was like, you know, instead of thinking about all of this and not sharing it, why don't I, in the tradition of YouTube, stick a camera in front of my face and share. That's what we're going to do today. I'm getting ready to film a bunch of videos, and yeah, so here we go. This might be a complete and total mess. I've never done a get ready with me before, but we're gonna give it a shot. So, what I was thinking about while I was doing my makeup by myself before turning the camera on was about a video I watched recently. I will link it down below. It is from a channel called Crescent Moon Reads, and her name is Rhiannon, and she is lovely. We don't read really any of the same types of books, but I go to her channel a lot because she makes a lot of just tea time talky type videos where she chats about stuff that's going on in her life or in the YouTube community or booktube specifically, and I'm here for it. I really enjoy it and it's fun. So I watched one of her videos recently where she was talking about feeling just kind of like she was really struggling with feeling successful. She was really struggling with feeling like having a purpose, and I can relate to that. I think we can all relate to that. But while I was getting ready and thinking about that video, because I responded and left a comment and just said, you know, I'm older than she is, and I can remember having the feelings that she's having at other times in my life and having them now regularly, and trying to think of what's it that I actually do, what is it in those situations when I feel that way that I do that does make me feel better, because I know I've gotten myself out of a rut of that feeling of just why am I doing this? And especially when it comes to YouTube and other hobbies, bookish hobbies. When I first started doing YouTube, and I was doing Instagram and I was just uploading them to YouTube. I didn't have any goal in mind. I didn't really care if it was successful or not. I just needed an outlet. I needed a creative outlet. I was a stay-at-home mom for the first time in my life, and it was just, I needed an outlet. But pretty quickly, that outlet became a hobby, and that hobby became how I spend my free time. And I love it. I think it's so fun. I have met so many people. I've had so many fun conversations about books that I wouldn't have otherwise had. It has been just one of the best things ever. Aww. But unfortunately, the dark side of that is when you have a hobby and you are comparing yourself to other people within that, you're gonna feel a sense of inadequacy, almost guaranteed, because you're gonna see other people grow faster than you, or other people have ideas that you don't have, or just the list of ways that you can feel inadequate they're endless. And it takes this really fun, enjoyable thing and makes it not as much fun and not as enjoyable, which sucks. So I was thinking about her video and the ways that I make myself feel better about that. And I was thinking about something that I recently accomplished, and without even realizing it, had motivated myself and taken away a lot of those feelings. And that was by having a goal that was numeric and that I could track. Because when the goal that I had was just to feel successful, that you're setting yourself up for failure is what it feels like to me. Basically, this is just a long form response to Rhiannon's video, because I could not leave a comment to this long. And you guys all get to experience it with me together in my bathroom. But yeah, to me, when someone says their goal is success, or their goal is a nebulous idea that's actually more of a feeling than something that you can achieve, because that feeling is gonna come and go. It reminds me a lot of big YouTubers who have achieved what might be considered success on YouTube and have just completely walked away from it. One of my favorite like OG YouTubers actually did that. Blair Fowler, if you're familiar with her, was one of like the original like beauty gurus on YouTube, and she doesn't make videos anymore. She's got over 1 million subs. She's got tons of support, but she also has a lot of hate, and she doesn't make videos anymore. And also, like, more recently than that, Elle Mills, she was a YouTuber. She's a teenager who like blew up on YouTube and was going to go on a tour, and then she just had like an emotional breakdown and couldn't do it. And so yeah, I'm trying to decide what I want to do eyeshadow wise. I don't know, we'll see what happens. All right, so yeah, so back to the point of this video and why I'm making it. It is to say that I beat that feeling to a degree. It doesn't get rid of it completely, but I beat it for the most part by setting goals, measurable goals, numeric goals for myself. The first one that I set was 500 subscribers, which was like this time last year. I set that goal and I achieved it, and that was so neat. I didn't really track it that much. It was just like, it was something to set so that I would feel like, okay, this is, and it has to be a reasonable goal too. Like if I had set my goal as 1 million subscribers, but I set it at 500 and it did happen, but I didn't track it. And I think that that is an important part of this. So on to the actual story. Basically, when the Jake Paul thing happened and most of us got demonetized, I was not in a great spot. It reminded me a lot of how Rhiannon was in her video. This feeling of inadequacy, this feeling of like, I'm never going to achieve what I set out to achieve. I felt that. I really did. It wasn't fun. It sucks to have like this hobby that I love feel like it wasn't fun anymore, and it was not good. So, once they said, like, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, I was kind of all about that. I don't like having things taken away from me, especially when I feel like I haven't done anything to make that happen. And so, just kind of like out of spite, I was determined to reach that goal. And it worked out really, really well, even though I just reached it like last week. And I mean, it's been that way since February. I have felt motivated since February to make videos because I set this numeric goal for myself, and I haven't as much felt those feelings of inadequacy or like competition or just general negative YouTube vibes. The 1,000 subscriber one was fairly easy to me because by the time that happened, I think if I wasn't at 1,000 subscribers, I was pretty close. The 4,000 hours of watch time though, that's hard. That's really, really hard on BookTube especially. But for me, because at that point, most of the videos that I made were 60 seconds or less. I was really into doing those. I still love it. But the watch time with those not adding up very well. So I created an Excel spreadsheet, and I figured out on average how many hours of watch time I got in a day, and then extrapolated that out and just did the math and figured out, okay, if I get, I think it was like 4 or 5, it wasn't very much, very many hours of watch time. But if I get that many per day, this is how long it should take me to achieve my goal of 4,000 hours of watch time. And so I figured out a lot about my channel too when I set that goal. I figured out that there are videos that I enjoy making that don't get as much watch time, like 60-second book reviews. I figured out that there were videos that took me no time to film that I enjoyed, that had nothing to do with books, that really increased my watch time. So, like my thread up videos, that has nothing to do with books, but I enjoy making them, and I think most of us probably have something outside of books that we enjoy doing that we could make videos about that might even do better than book videos on YouTube. So I was encouraged to make those because I would see, like, you know, on a normal day, I get 5 or 6 hours of watch time, but if I do a TBR video, or if I do, you know, and so you have to find what it is that you're motivated about, and then create a numeric goal that is achievable, that you can measure, and then just work towards that. That's my life tip. Obviously, it doesn't solve all problems. You're still probably going to feel those feelings of inadequacy. I feel them most times. Right before I'm about to record a YouTube video, I have to give myself like a pretty solid pep talk for like 5 or so minutes while I'm setting everything up, because at some point you stop and ask yourself, like, why am I doing this? Who cares? Even when you know that there are people who are watching. I'm trying to do, I don't know how much of this you guys can see. I'm trying to do my eyeliner, and not much talking going to be occurring while I try to do this, because it's hard. Another reason why I wanted to bring this up is because I have noticed since meeting that goal, because I don't have it anymore, because I've reached that 4,000 hours of watch time, which, related notes, still under review by YouTube, still not approved for monetization, which is okay. I reached my goal. I think because I set this measurable goal and achieved it and have been tracking it, because I not every day, but like every other day, would go in and update the spreadsheet and kind of track and see, like, am I getting closer to my goal? Because the date would kind of fluctuate and change. Like, I would have a day where I got 25 hours of watch time and be like, whoa. And then I would have a day where I would like lose watch time because the previous year I had maybe like 10 hours of watch time, and then I'd only gotten 8 that day, and so I'd actually lost 2 hours. And so it wasn't easy. Like, it wasn't easy always to track it, but I still think having that trackable goal made a huge difference too. Most of the time, our goals are trackable. Like, if you're, oh no, most of the time your goal is something that is like definable. We don't tend to set goals for ourselves of like to feel successful that often. At least not on purpose, because we know it's not achievable. Long story short, set a goal for yourself that is numeric, that can be measured, and see if that helps. It might not help everybody, you know, like, I'm not saying I got the magic solution to solve everyone's problems, but for me, it helped a lot, and so I wanted to share that. Notice that since I've met that goal, because it's not my goal anymore, and I haven't really found a new one that I want to set, I've been having those feelings more. I'm just not as distracted as I was from those feelings, because when you set a goal for yourself, or at least in my experience, when I set a numeric goal for myself, and my camera turned off. Rude. Anyway, I think I've probably been talking about this for long enough. Maybe that's why my camera turned off. But yeah, this has been super rambly, and if you've made it this far, thank you. Also, I'm sorry. That's kind of where I'm coming from with this. I hope it's helpful. I hope, you know, like, and it doesn't necessarily just have to be, like, obviously this is applicable to more than YouTube. But, you know, if you're in school, like, oh, okay, so when I was in college, my goal, of course, is, like, to be successful, to do well in my classes. But, like, my day-to-day goals were much more numeric and manageable and trackable. Like, if I had a paper that I knew was due in a week, I could tell myself, I'm gonna write a page a day. And whether or not that page was good, I know I achieved something because I'd written a page. I was closer to my goal than I was before. And so I really think setting manageable goals for yourself that are numeric and measurable is the way to success, and also to managing feelings of inadequacy. And that's hopefully helpful. I don't know. But let me know down below, what are some numeric, like, measurable goals that you set for yourself? Does that work for you? If you create videos on YouTube, like, what do you do so that you can avoid those feelings? Do you feel like you have a different method that works for you? Let me know down below. I am going to finish getting ready. Almost done, but done talking. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more bookish content. If there is a video that you think I should watch and then get ready to while discussing, let me know down below. I will try to make these a little bit less rambly, but just like, it's hard because you see videos and you want to like respond, and I feel like that used to be a thing on YouTube. Like response videos used to be their own like genre of video on YouTube, and we don't do it anymore, and we should. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Have a great day.